The first Quran book. We all know our Creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the Quran to our last Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it took around 23 years to complete the entire Quran. To keep the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safe, the Prophet gave certain people a very special job. Their job was to write down all the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At that time, they did not have paper, so they used tree trunks, leather, palm leaves, stones, and bones. At that time, most people did not know how to read and write. But the Arab people had a talent for memorization. So when Islam came, the Muslims focused on memorizing the Quran with all of their hearts. After the Battle of Yamama, around 1,000 Muslim soldiers were killed, and many of them were the Hafiz, who memorized the Quran with all of their hearts. Seeing that, Umar radhiyallahu anhu got really scared, because using the memorization power is how the Muslims kept the Quran safe. But if the bad people destroyed all the Hafiz, then how could the Quran exist? Because Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu was the caliph of the Muslim world at that time, Umar radhiyallahu anhu told him that they needed to put together the entire Quran all together in one place to protect the Quran. At first, hearing this, Caliph Abu Bakr was scared to do this. He asked Umar radhiyallahu anhu, how could he do something that even the Prophet didn't do? We need to understand that the Prophet did not know when he was going to die. And because of that, he also didn't know when he would get the last revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, there was no way the Prophet could order to collect and finalize the Quran. Then finally, Caliph Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu realized that this was very important and a big responsibility to protect the Quran forever. He then decided to make a team, and together they would collect every piece of the Quran and put them together in one official book. For the leader of this team, Caliph Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu picked the very smart Zayd bin Thabit radhiyallahu anhu. When the Prophet was alive, he was one of his personal writers with the special job of writing down the Quran. Many famous Sahabas were also part of this big project as well. For an example, Ali, Uthman, Talha, Abdullah, Ubay bin Ka'b, Hudhaifa, Salim, and many others, peace be upon them all. For this big project, there were a lot of rules that they had to follow to make sure everything was perfect. And this was how the first official Quran was finished. Number 1. Even though there were many people who memorized the Quran, Caliph Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu ordered to find every single piece of revelation that was written in front of the Prophet. Number 2. Caliph Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu wanted the witnesses who were there when the Prophet was getting the revelation. And number 3. For the last step, the Hafiz had the most important part of this project. When the first official copy of the Quran was made, Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu called a general meeting where a total of 33,000 Sahabas came together and all agreed that every single letter of the Quran was in the right place. This final book was called the Mushaf, which means written verses. This huge and important work was possible with the leadership of Caliph Abu Bakr radhiyallahu anhu and every single Sahaba who were a part of the biggest project in the Islamic history, keeping the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala safe even after over 1400 years,
and it will forever stay the same.
Please join our end of the year fundraiser to reach our goal in this difficult year. We are struggling to pay our basic monthly costs and we need your help. Please become a monthly supporter by giving any amount for our great Dawah mission. We want to thank all of you for helping out with your love and support. Alhamdulillah, because of all the support, we reached more than 100 million viewers all over the world as millions continue to grow with our other 5 channels in 4 different languages. Thank you so much, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward all of our supporters and every team member in this great organization. Ameen.